Record, and we're going. Hey everybody, glad you guys are all here with us. My name is Tanya Sheldon. I am a Pro 7 out of Meridian, Idaho, and my co-host tonight is Amy Dippold. She's a Pro 6 out of the Des Moines, Iowa area, and we just first of all want to say welcome to all the new team members that are here with us tonight. We're so excited that you're with us, and we're so proud of you for tuning in and just showing up to this amazing training that we're going to give you. So we want to make sure that you, first of all, have a pen and paper ready to go. You're going to want to have that, but also know that the transcript of the video that you see tonight of the training will be available to you for you to download and read through and take notes and highlight. So just know that that's available. So because of an investment that Sean and Michelle Poe made in themselves to 10x their life and 10x their business, we also get to partake in that training, which is such a blessing. So tonight we are actually starting week 1 of the Grant Cardone 10x training. And tonight is going to be about the 3 lids. So before we do anything else, we are going to share a video with you that talks about the 3 lids. This stems back from John Maxwell training, his book on the irrefutable laws of leadership. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get this video going, and then we'll talk about it once we're done. But just really make sure that you don't have any distractions if you can, and just really take this with an empty cup. And remember, everything that you hear on this, you will also have on the transcripts later. So here we go.
We just discussed the intention and significance of the 10X Employee Program. So now, let's dive into what this course will entail and how it's structured. To better understand the overall structure, you need to first understand the law of the lid. John Maxwell, the #1 leadership guru in the world, states in his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, that leadership is influence. He says, the greater the impact you want to make, the greater your influence needs to be. Understand that anyone can be a leader. It's not a position, it's not a title, and it's not a corner office. It's all about how someone positively influences others, influencing them to achieve at a higher level. John's Law of the Lid tells us that an individual's lid, which is their maximum ability to influence, will determine their potential to influence others. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, an employee believes they are a 4 as an individual contributor. If this is the case, their team's potential will never be more than a 3. However, if that same individual can increase their belief and contribution to an 8 or a 9, the potential of the team will raise to a 7 or an 8. This concept is important to understand. It's a key component to this program because we break the law of the lid down into 3 lid categories: belief, operational effectiveness, and leadership. We found that when you combine these 3 categories with focused and streamlined processes, your potential becomes limitless. What is the belief lid? Belief is a powerful source of energy. It's belief, not perseverance, that truly drives innovation. The extent of your overall belief is called your belief lid, which is the degree you believe that something is possible. All of your thoughts, all of your actions, and every one of your engagements follows your belief. The higher you believe, the higher you achieve. If you have a low belief lid, you'll have low energy and put minimal thought into the things that you're seeking to accomplish. If you have a low belief lid, you don't believe in your ability to accomplish your goals. Conversely, if you have a high belief lid, your energy, your thinking, your awareness, everything will reflect the level of your belief. So the higher you believe in what you want to accomplish, and the more you stretch your belief about what you can achieve, the more your activities and actions will support that belief. What is the operational effectiveness lid? Operational effectiveness can be measured by comparing your behaviors to the top mentors in the field, noting their most impactful contributions in your desired area of expertise, and then creating a duplicable process from those best practices. When your overall impact increases, this will elevate your operational effectiveness lid. The more effective you are at accomplishing your goals, the more energy and effort you will put in, thus creating a more successful outcome. That success will naturally increase your belief lid, giving you the confidence you can do more. The more effective you become at accomplishing more, the more you'll learn how to lead yourself through your belief and operational effectiveness lids in order to accomplish the goals you've established for yourself. Which brings us to our third category, the leadership lid. What is the difference between a boss and a leader? Bosses dictate tasks, leaders influence growth. What's the difference between an average performer and a top performer? Average performers place the focus on themselves. Top performers influence others to achieve bigger and better outcomes together. If you want to be a top performer, achieving significant growth for yourself, your team, and your company, you must continually remind yourself that everything rises and falls on your ability to influence others. This is your leadership lid. The higher your leadership lid, the more value you're bringing to others around you. In this way, you win as a collective. You become an example to others, who then begin to elevate their lids. And that is ultimate influence. So let's summarize the three lids into one concept. First, the belief lid. The higher you believe, the higher you achieve. Next, the operational effectiveness lid. The most effective contributors create the greatest level of impact. Lastly, the leadership lid. The value you provide is measured by your ability to influence others. When you combine these three concepts, you are maximizing your potential to achieve your personal, professional, and financial goals. And a 10X employee aligns their individual goals with the overall goals of the business. This course is broken down into 3 series that follow these lids. The process is intentional and designed to help you structurally break down and then effectively build back up your understanding of belief, operational effectiveness, and leadership in order to develop you as a 10X employee. When you implement these concepts in your organization, you will not only demonstrate your value as a top performer, but you'll put yourself on a path to achieving your personal, professional, and financial goals. As Brandon Dawson says, what you think is what you say is what you do, and what you do becomes your legacy. We're here to help you build that legacy.
How do you move beyond where you currently are to where you want to be? How do you inspire others to help you achieve your individual goals? The process begins when you amplify and elevate your level of thinking, creating ambitious goals, and a high level of expectation for achieving them. In this activity, you'll rate your confidence level around your abilities in each of the lids: belief, operational effectiveness, and leadership. Read each of the questions and rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 equals not confident, 5 equals neutral, and 10 equals extremely confident. Next, write down an area of improvement that you'd like to focus on and accomplish in each of the lid areas over the duration of this program. At the conclusion, we'll come back to this assessment and rescore your confidence levels to fully assess your growth and development as a 10X employee.
Okay, so I want to apologize because I feel like I didn't tee that up very well. Like I went right into that video. But all transparency, we're talking about belief. And how cool was it that you got to partake in that, right? I really hope that you stay completely vested, show up every single week, because this is just like the beginning, the foundation of what you're about to learn. But here's what's happened, right? So we're talking about the belief lid tonight. And seriously, my old boss is on this Zoom, Mr. Loggy. And I'm telling you, like my heart was like, holy crap, like I'm training on a Zoom and my old boss is on it, right? So it like proves to me like we're all growing in our belief. Like so funny and so weird and such a cool thing. Okay, so anyway, I just want to talk about some of the things that stood out to me in that training and kind of where I'm at today. I love that it talks about those lids, and I love that it gives us that visual, right? If you imagine like you literally have a lid, like you have a ceiling on what you think you're capable of. And if you don't raise that ceiling, if you don't raise that lid, then you're going to stay stuck. And if you stay stuck, you're not going to have the influence you need to get where you want to go. It just makes sense, right? So she said, the extent of your overall belief is called your belief lid, which is the degree you believe that something is possible. All of your thoughts, all of your actions, in every one of your engagements follows your belief. It all starts with belief. And the higher you believe, the higher you achieve. This is with everything in our life as we parent, as we work, as a spouse. Like the belief that you have in yourself is essential because that's going to make you the very best that you can be. Right. And so then I wrote some of these notes down, you guys, because she said the higher your belief, the higher your influence. So I looked up, what does influence mean? Influence means the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. So imagine how many of you truly believe that you can have a positive and very influential influence on other people. Like, what is your belief in that area? This is what the homework is going to help you analyze and look at. And this is what we want to help you 10x by the time we're done with this. So belief isn't about showing up whenever we like, right? You can't just show up to a Zoom now and again and think that you're going to really gain your belief. You can't decide to go to an event now and again and really grow your belief. How many of you have gone all in, all to put the brakes on and then come back out and take a break? Do you feel better about yourself and about your business when you take those breaks and you don't plug in? Heck no. I'm not plugged in if I don't plug in for a week, sometimes a weekend, like I feel like I'm out of the loop. Like it's essential that you're always growing and always doing. This is why the homework will be so essential, and Amy will go through that more. But belief is always about choosing to show up, you guys. You have to always show up. It's built by signing up in person for convention. A lot of people, I'm thinking there might be some people that are nervous about being around people in person again because maybe you're not where you thought you'd be from a year and a half ago when we were in person again. There's going to be a lot of people in that boat, right? But your belief is built by showing up anyway. You sign up, you get your room, and then you figure it out along the way. And it's a foundation for building a strong business. It's going to ensure that what you think is strong and positive, because again, what you think is what you say is what you do, and what you do is your legacy. And then the other things that I saw too were the more effective you are at accomplishing your goals, the more energy and effort you will put in, thus creating a more successful outcome. How many people are confident in creating goals for themselves and sticking to them? I have sucked at that. I'm going to be honest. Like I've been so bad at that because there's so many different ways to make goals. And it's like, which one do I stick to? Which one is going to be the one for me? And then how do I keep myself accountable to it? This is going to give you a guideline for that. It's going to give you a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan, and it's going to make you get really in depth about it. Like this is going to stretch you to your core. And one of the challenges I have had in doing this homework and really doing the work with this is I'm one of those people that I'm doing the work and then I think about the income producing activity I could be doing instead. Okay, if you're feeling that way, you need to pick another hour to do the homework. Don't do the homework when other people are awake and you could be talking to people, right? But you have to commit to doing this homework because this is going to really raise these belief lids for you. It's going to stretch you to your core, and it's going to put you in a place where maybe for the first time in your life, you're going to really put goals and pen to paper and really believe and feel it in your soul that it is possible. Michelle has put that into us consistently. Like you have to feel it. Like you have to, we hear it in The Secret, right? If if there's a certain car you want, if you want to have a Jeep, like imagine your hands gripping the steering wheel of that Jeep. This is what you're going to get from these next few weeks. And I'm so glad that we weren't going to share this video. I'm so glad that we did, because the belief is the foundation and we want you to raise those lids because it's just what you need to move forward. So I'm going to pass it over to Amy. She's going to share her take on what's happened for her in doing this portion of the training. And she's going to talk a little bit about the homework and then where we're going to have it as well. And then we'll round it out at the end with the announcements. So Amy.
Hey everyone. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you, the first time that I saw this, I was like, ah, it's over my head. I can't keep up with this information. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not a traditional business person. And that was really hard for me at first, because this program, we're the first network marketing company to take on this program, but it works for everybody. And you're going to learn so much. So everything Tanya just said, ditto to all that. And I'm so excited. We're a few weeks ahead of you guys in this program. And again, everything that we are sharing with you and we'll be posting it in the One Person Big Difference, and I'll show you that in a minute. Please keep those videos there. We cannot reshare that. That is would be a breach of the legal stuff. So we have permission to share it with you guys, but we can't post that anywhere else. Okay, so that's just a little housekeeping tip. But with that, when I did this the first time, it was at the end of last month. I don't know if any of y'all were part of the end of last month when we were going for Cabo and there was this newfound hope. And I again had belief in the potential of doing something great. And I had just completed this and it was like so insane, guys, where I addressed the lack of belief that I was telling myself and I didn't even realize that I was, and that I had gotten the 5 for 500 before, but in order for me to go to Cabo, I had to do 15 new enrollments in a month and hit the pool 3 times. And I'm going to tell you this, I've never done that before in my life, and I've been in this company since 2016. Okay, that was the scariest commitment, but I made a decision, and we're going to talk a little bit more about visualization next week, but I made this decision in my heart that I could do it, and I believed it, and I started to see it. And you're gonna touch on that this week in your homework. And so I want to show you really quick where you're going to find this homework. Oh, and let me just tell you, I did it. I did it to the T of where I believed I could go, and I earned the Cabo trip, and we just booked everything, and I'm so excited for that, guys. And then even coming up to tonight and just knowing that we're going to be sharing this information with you and we're going to be taking you on this journey, I kind of went into a funk again about my own belief. And guys, I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Big Leap, but do listen to it and read it at some point, not after we do all this. Don't do it in the middle of this, focus on this. But I went back to that book today and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm upper limiting, AKA I'm putting the lid on myself because I've never gone above this potential. I've been learning this, I've been doing this, but I haven't been teaching this yet. And right now I'm just honored to be able to help you guys get started in this journey. And again, make that decision in your heart that this is something that you're going to push through the fear and the times where you want to upper limit. Reach up to somebody and tell them where you're at in your space so they can help you get out of it, because we can't do this alone. Okay, so I'm going to quickly share my screen and I want to show you where we're going to be posting this content for you to be able to download these printables, which is going to be so amazing, and get it. So Tanya, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on Facebook on One Person Big Difference, okay? And then we're gonna go to guides. You're gonna click on guides. This is my laptop view. You're gonna have it on your phone too, and then scroll all the way down to guide 4. It's gonna say Cardone 10X training, okay? And that's where you can click week 1, the program overview. Look at that, wow, I can click there and you're gonna see the Zoom from last week that's posted. And I click done because I've already done it. And I click done here too. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post these documents into this activity. It's gonna show up every single week. You will see it there. And what's really great, if you struggle with notes and stuff, you can watch the replay too. But let me stop the share. stop share. Let me show you really quickly. You can print this off, and this is kind of like the notes of exactly what she talked about, what you just listened to, the overview of what you just listened to. So you'll have that. Guys, I made my own little binder. I finally got organized. This is a struggle in my life that I'm declaring that I'm getting better at, is getting organized. It's one of my personal goals, something you'll be working on very soon. And I put all this stuff in here. And so this, and then it's going to give you the activity. And in that activity, you kind of saw it on there, you get to measure your belief lid. You get a number from 1 to 10, your operational effectiveness lid. This is something, an area I really need to work on. And then your leadership lid. And we get to kind of see this as your baseline. As you begin this journey, this is your baseline. And then at the end of 15 weeks, you get to look back and see how you've grown. If you decide to do this, you get to see how you've grown. And then you get to set course goals. And it's going to tell you to identify areas that you want to improve in each of those lids. And I have that written down right here. And get really specific. And I'm going to encourage you, like, take the time, like Tanya said, get uncomfortable with it, get real with it. These transcripts are invaluable, yes. And so I'm just excited for you. And then what we're going to do starting next week, there's many people on here that have team huddles and everything, and team meetings. And you may or may not go through this homework together in your team meetings, but we're going to have a place for people who don't have that weekly option to plug in immediately after this team Zoom starting next week. So this goes from 7:30 to 8. From 8 to 8:30, you guys get to stay on and go through this together, your homework, okay? That's one thing. You get to go through your homework together so you can really digest it and like make it better and like dig deep, okay? Community is everything. And then secondly, you get to post your homework right where I showed you, okay? So I showed you, you go to that guide and you're gonna see where the homework is that you downloaded. You get to post in the comments the homework that you completed. And if you post every single week to prove that you've been consistent every single week, we are working on an awesome, I don't know how to explain it. There's going to be a pool of people that complete every assignment, and we're going to do a drawing to reward that behavior. I mean, it's just like, man, you get a $10,000 program for free. You're going to change your life in the process, and you're getting extra treatment, AKA at Global. So you have to be at Global to get it, this special, amazing opportunity. So guys, if you have questions, definitely drop them in the comments. I think I covered it. We do have some announcements too to end this meeting with, but this is just, it's gonna be so good. Like you'll never be the same. So anything else, Tanya?
Yeah, I was just going to say before we do the announcements, hang on till the end, because Michelle right now is making a list of everyone that's on here, and she has a drawing at the end, 2 prizes that she's giving away just for you showing up tonight. But I was thinking about, you know, every week on Wednesday, we get to be on like a win call, right? Where they talk about your wins for the week, and then they give you a little bit of extra training. And again, like Amy said, we are the only network marketers that are participating in this series right now. And they just created this, right? And you hear these employees that are on there that are talking about the gratitude they have for their employer investing in them and how excited they are to put these concepts into their daily practices at their job, okay? I guarantee that if all of us had our employer do this for us, we're probably going to take it really seriously, right? Because it's comfortable, it's your employer, it's a secure thing. But again, it goes back to the great thing about being an entrepreneur is you're your own boss. And the bad thing about being an entrepreneur is you're your own boss. So treat this as though you are an employee and your employer has chosen you as one of 5 to participate in a training that could completely change your life. That is what this is. And you know what? Statistics state that there's probably going to be a handful of you that will consistently every week for 15 weeks turn in your homework. Prove us wrong. prove us wrong and just continue to show up. We should have over 100 people every single week for the next 15 weeks. Imagine the comments, imagine the community and what you can learn by looking at other people's homework. Because by putting it out there, that's going to be real and authentic and vulnerable. But imagine what you can learn from other people by doing that. That is what this is about. And I'll tell you, I did my little survey on this belief stuff. And then I thought Cabo wasn't possible. And I looked back on this and I realized Cabo was possible, and it did not match what I thought my belief was. Like, I really was like, I believe in myself. Like, I got it together. And then I looked at the Cabo stuff and I'm like, wow, you do not have it. You had such a long way to go, Tanya. So like Amy said, like, this is your baseline and this is stuff you're going to always want to go back to. So don't do it and put it to the side and forget where you put it. Like, gather this all together. This is going to become something that you can read through. This will be a book that you can constantly read through and will constantly be something that you can go back to. So proud of you guys for being here. All right, I'll share my screen again and we will do announcements and we'll wrap this puppy up. Okay, you know Amy and me. We are here, happy to be here with you guys. Okay, anybody can do this. There we go. Tomorrow night, every Tuesday, we know that this takes place. This will happen at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central. Kai Hayes, she is a firecracker. She spoke at Elite Academy. She will be doing the opportunity presentation. You can find this on the Life Vantage Facebook page, not the official distributor one, but the Life Vantage public page where you can then tag people in the comments for them to join in and watch the presentation. Make sure that you read her bio so that you know maybe it will help think of other people that you could bring to that presentation. And then Thursday night, we've got Carrie Williams. She has a phenomenal story, if you're not aware, of a son that was diagnosed on spectrum of having trouble focusing. And she does a phenomenal presentation as well, whether it's the products and the business. She brought home her husband, who is an attorney. She worked in the retail field. She was the manager there, was able to come home from that and then retire her husband as well. Not something you're going to want to miss. Success Mastery will be again this Saturday. That'll be at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central. You can tune into that on the official Life Vantage distributor page. And then we always stream that into one person as well. And this will be the second Saturday. So it's going to be on compensation, which will be super fun. We can never get enough of learning about compensation. Global Convention. We're going to talk about live because the tickets aren't sold out. Get to Global Convention live. You will not be sorry. There are so many plans in the work, whether it's for Sean and Michelle's team and parties and DJs and lots of fun, or just through what corporate is going to do because we're all together again. Salt Lake City, October 7th through the 9th. That early bird pricing ends July 31st. So do not hesitate with that, you guys. If you need a room, let your upline know because there's always ways to put people together in the room. Okay, the platinum packs, okay, when we retail this out, they are almost half off. This is something that you want to take the time not to just put in your stories and assume that people are going to see it. This is something that every single one of your customers should know about. If they are loving the products and they've been on the products for a while, or they just started and they were intrigued by them, let them know that they have the opportunity to gain every product in our pipeline other than the body care, but they can add that to their cart as well and get almost half off and really see what it's like to take full control of their hair, skin, and health with our products. This is something you want to make sure that there's no stone unturned when it comes to the pricing of this platinum pack. So that is till the end of this month. And then again, this Grant Cardone training will continue next Monday. Right after the training is done, starting next week, there will be a 30-minute power hour where you can come on and talk about the homework. It'll be kind of like a mastermind where people can share if they want to share, and we can just kind of talk about it. For some of you, that may mean instead of the 30 minutes right after, you may be doing that on your team call. If your team has another Zoom that takes place as well, you'll be hearing from your leaders about that also. So make sure you stay on if you do not have someone else to plug into to do that power hour. And I believe that is it. Okay. So with that, right at 7 o'clock, how about that? Okay, so we're gonna turn it over to Sean and Michelle and they can do the drawing.
All right. Amazing job. Let's hear it in the comments for the amazing
Round of
training from
applause.
Tanya and Amy. Off the charts. And again, I'll reiterate, the more you put into doing this, the more you're going to get out of it. I promise you. And every single week is going to build upon the previous weeks. So doing this and not putting it off will serve you over the next 15 weeks to get the most out of this. This is just building the foundation and we're going to build up from here. So let's give away. This is out of Michelle's private stash from Axio that has been discontinued and you can't even buy this stuff anymore. So she's going to give 2 lucky people 15 sticks each of grapefruit Axio. Grapefruit. Who wants some grapefruit? So,
I dropped one.
One jumped out, so I think that was the one that it should have been. Okay, it is going to be Jolene.
Oh,
Jolene
Miller.
Jolene Miller, congratulations. You'll be getting some Axio.
Oh, Laura said, I love grapefruit.
Ooh,
Yes, love grapefruit. Like this is special.
One more?
Really good
One more,
with green.
one more.
Okay,
Who's
one
it
more.
gonna be?
Who's it gonna be?
I cannot read that.
Josh
Oh, Josh.
Gum.
Congratulations,
Josh.
Josh. Boom. And I know this guy can always use some extra Axio because I see him drinking it. I see it. So thank you guys all. I hope that this is serving you well. We're excited about what this journey over the next 15 weeks is going to be. If you don't have your global ticket yet, get that done because we want to see you in Salt Lake City.
Yes. All right, Josh and Jolene, if you guys can private message me your addresses, I'll get those out right away tomorrow for you. And what else? There was something else. Is that it?
I think that was
I
it.
think that's it. All right, we will get the homework, you guys, and I like to call it life work, right?
Life
It's the
work.
life work because we're really working on it. We're gonna get that into one person right after this. So head on over there, be patient, give us about 5 minutes to get that uploaded there. And you really, like they said, put the time into it. I can't even tell you, I keep all this stuff with me over the weeks that we've been doing it, and I keep adding to it and thinking about it constantly. It's been really impactful.
I don't have a binder like these beautiful women. My desk is completely covered with all of these pages. Like it's literally everywhere on my desk. So I might have to take their advice and get organized myself. But
all right. Well, we love you all.